Hi, I'm Pattu from FreeFinCal. This is my monthly stock portfolio update for May 2021. Regular viewers may know the context in which I've begun investing in equity. For new viewers, I would suggest that you go to FreeFinCal and look for this post, or you can go to the community page of the channel and look for the article, or maybe I'll just leave it in the comments below to understand the full context associated with these investments. Please recognize that I started this as an experimental portfolio, and I continue to invest as usual in mutual funds. Mutual funds are the biggest chunk in my portfolio, and as for I think it's the stock portfolio is only about 11% of my total retirement portfolio and 21% of my equity mutual fund portfolio. So the value of the stock portfolio is 21% of that of the equity mutual fund portfolio. So it's a very small amount, but it's grown quickly. It was 5%, 10%. You must have seen it grow. It's quickly grown, and I don't invest in this regularly. I invest in it when I have some money to spare, and you must understand that the main objective for me in choosing the stocks is I want to choose stocks without too much of research. My main goal is to choose low volatile stocks, good companies with little debt, and that's my main focus. And I have not churned my portfolio too much. I've sold some some stocks that were in loss a few months ago, and after that I've not done anything to the stocks, just added more. I did not invest in April, but I invested in May. So, but most of the investments were made from July 2020 to May 2021, so about 68%. So the returns that you see here, they don't mean too much. You should not put too much focus on that. So the weights are: Asian Paint is the highest with 17.2%, Hindustan Unilever 14.2%, HDFC Bank 13.1%, TCS 13.1%, Infi 11.6%, Pidilite is 11%, Dabur is 7.2%, Colgate Palmolive 5.3%, ITC 2.7%, Wipro 2.6%, and Marico 2.1%. Now the dividend return that we will look below is basically the total dividends divided by the total investment. The capital gains is the basically the absolute change in the value, total capital gain divided by the total investment. And the total return is the total absolute return, is the total dividend return plus the capital gain return. And you can take this total return, which is an absolute return, and you can convert it into a CAGR. You can using this formula, 1 plus total return to the power of 1 by average years minus 1. The average years is just 0.87 years, so it's less than 1 year. The portfolio is fairly new because of the bulk of the investment being made in the recent months, and all the returns are before tax. Now I've compared the portfolio with identical investments, same day, same amounts made in UTI Nifty 50 index fund. Oh my god, I wrote Nifty Next 50 here. That's a mistake. It's Nifty 50, not Nifty Next 50. Excuse me. That's a mistake. So you can see the capital gains, dividends, and total absolute gains for the stocks. I don't want to read out these. That's not so important now. You can have a look at in the article. So the UTI Nifty Index Fund, that's 15.11% absolute return. The stock absolute return is 22.2%. And if using the above mentioned formula, if I calculate the CAGR, the stock portfolio CAGR would be 25.82. I think I forgot to include the CAGR for the Nifty index. I forgot to, but it's a little bit lesser than that because the absolute gain is lesser, so the CAGR would be lesser. The stock portfolio XIRR excluding dividends is 23.27%. So, and the UTI Nifty Index Fund XIRR is 21.87%. So these things change. Well, I mean, these things fluctuate up and down because the portfolio is still new. But that I shall keep investing in this and try to keep the churn low. And let's see what happens. Bye bye.